Oh my freaking gosh. It's time for your little big sister to give you advice. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Z again with another interesting video for you. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, share, you know what to do. And if you're not new here, thanks for clicking on this video and coming back. And yeah, let's get straight into this girl talk today. Alright, so as you guys can see by the title down below, this is going to be a girl talk video. I had asked you guys to choose between a girl talk video and a nighttime vlog, and then 90, no, actually that's a lie, actually like 64% of you guys on my Instagram voted. So that means if you're not following me on Instagram, you better go ahead and do so, because my Instagram family plays a huge role when it comes to YouTube. So I'll be doing like posts, ask guys what videos you want to see, and the like, these lights, just hold on, yeah, and the like, and yeah, so yeah, you guys wanted the girl talk, so let me give it to you. So I had asked you guys to ask me some questions that you wanted me to answer. So this is like a safe space for all my ladies, all my girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? This is specifically for you. I don't expect guys to tune into this video because we'll be talking about some pretty exclusive stuff. But if you're a guy and you're watching this video somehow, then you might hear some pretty disturbing stuff. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's get straight into this girl talk because it's pretty long. So yeah, so I have decided to do 2 parts to this video. Reason being, there are so many questions that you guys had asked me, and I don't think I would be able to answer all of them in one video. Reason being, you guys complain when I give you almost hour-long videos. Literally the longest video I've done is like a 50-minute one, and I feel like all the questions answered, because I'm going to be going in depth, will be about 2.5 hours. So I have decided to do 2 parts. One part to be uploaded this week, one part to be uploaded next week. That way I'll be able to tackle every single question, because usually what I do is I usually like even out the questions and answer, you know, similar questions at the same time. But this time I'm going like question by question because they are completely different. None of them are the same except for a few, which I will answer. So yeah, guys, have all the questions over here. So we need to begin this because there's a lot to discuss. Before I continue, you guys notice the LED lights in the back. I've had these LED lights for over a year. I got them last year in China Mall. Just because I know somebody's going to ask where I got them from. I got them last year in China Mall. They were like 150, but I stopped using them mid-December last year. For no reason really, I just stopped using them, and then I discovered them yesterday, and I was like, it would be so cool if I was to do like the girl talk video with the lights in the back, because you know, like, you know, I don't know why I'm so excited to do this video, but yeah, okay, let's get right into it. The first, I'm not answering these questions in like any order, like the order in which you guys had given them to me. So I'm going to make sure that I tackle like all of them. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first question was how to deal with depression from family conflict. Okay, so first of all, I feel family conflict is something that's like completely normal. Everybody is going to go through family conflict. Like there's no person that can tell me that they've never gone through any family issues that have caused them to either get depressed, feel anxious, you know, just all these feelings that happen. Like it's completely normal. But I think the best way to deal with such type of depression is to let out your feelings to somebody. If you've got a close friend to talk to, you can talk to that person. If you're dating, you can talk to that person. I feel like some of these issues are dealt with better when you talk to somebody about it. It kind of helps, especially if that person has also gone through something similar. It does help. If you don't feel like you can open up to anybody, you can always pray to God and ask him to help you, because he's always there to listen. So you can just pray to him and ask him to help you like navigate through it, and you know, he always has the best answers, trust me. But if you are struggling with that, I would also recommend writing down everything in a journal. You guys see how much I journal. Journaling helps because you kind of release your feelings, but not to somebody. It's literally like on paper, so nobody still knows what you're going through except you. But it kind of helps because then you're sort of releasing them, because you know, bottling up such feelings just makes you feel even worse. So yeah, you can journal. And then I also recommend going on walks, because it kind of helps to clear your head a bit. And I know sometimes you'd be like, no, I'll go home and I come back home, I still find the same issues. These things are things we have to learn to deal with, and we have to learn to cope with them. So what I'm just explaining are literally like some of my coping mechanisms when I'm going through such things, because I feel like you just have to look at it and say, you know what, this is what's going to be happening in life. Some certain things we can't change. So I feel like you just have to find what coping mechanism suits you. It is sad that some of these things we can't run away from, because I know some people have had like really, really bad family conflict, and it's so sad that people have to experience that, but that's life. It's the reality of life. So you just have to find what coping mechanism suits you. The one thing that you shouldn't do is continue feeling depressed, because there are more problems that are going to come. Like, problems never finish, they literally don't. So you need to make sure that you find a good coping mechanism, so that if something bad happens in the future, you kind of know how you're going to like deal with it. The next question was, how do you know someone is your soulmate or loyal, especially when dating young? Guys, I feel like when you know, if you will know when you know, what? You will know when you know. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm just trying to say is, you can't really, okay, this is like so hard, but like, for my personal experience, when that person is your soulmate, you know. I'm saying this because you will find that you guys are going to go through so many ups and downs. You're going to go through, you know, a lot, but you find that you still feel the same excuse me, towards that person. And I know it can be hard to tell, especially dating young, because like each guy is like, it's crazy. But there are some certain factors that you can obviously use to tell, like, okay, this person is honest with me, this person lets me know everything that happens, this person doesn't hide anything from me, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously no person is 100% perfect, that's a fact. So obviously things like loyalty and stuff will be questioned, but I feel these are things that you're supposed to establish earlier on in the relationship. Because once you establish this person is loyal, everything else will sort of like fall into place. I feel like you can really tell, like, they tell you what's going on, they're able to open up to you. And I feel like once somebody is able to open up to you, it should tell you a lot. Because trust me, when it comes to guys don't open up about like anything. So if they feel comfortable enough to do that, then that's also a really big sign that this person is actually like in it for real. If you, every time you like, you know, have a conflict, or every time he's going through something and he can't open up to you, sis, he's opening up to somebody else. That's a fact. And you guys need to understand that that's just how it is. So if you can't establish from earlier on in the relationship that this person is loyal to me and stuff, there are a lot of things that you have to question to make sure that this person is like in it for real, because it gets crazy. And then establishing a soulmate, there are so many factors as well. I'm not going to go deep into this, but there are so many things that would tell you that, okay, this person, no matter what, we still find ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, you know, you just know. And sometimes I know you can, sometimes you want to force that knowing and say, no, he's the one, you know, convincing yourself even when things are bad. But you will know when you know. I think that's the best advice I can give you on that. So yeah. Have you dealt with ingrowns before? Advice on how to prevent or get rid of them. Girl, I have ingrowns all the time. This is something that I feel like I've taken quite a while to accept. Not that it's bad or anything, but I don't like ingrowns. You guys don't know what ingrowns are. You guys know when you shave, yeah, and then either like on your private area or like in your armpits, and then you have like little bumps that start growing before they turn into razor bumps. Yeah, they are called ingrowns because the hair on the inside is coiling. It's like some biology stuff. But it's completely normal and I get them all the time. But what I've done to prevent them sometimes, obviously the first time I got them, I was super scared. I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, bro, I thought I was sick. And then I'm like, okay, no, like I googled everything, talked to somebody about it. I know it's completely normal. So remedies, what you can do is every time before you shave, either like in your armpits or like down there, make sure that the pubic hair is moist. That kind of helps because if you shave dry hair, it irritates the skin and then the ingrowns are more likely to come. Also, make sure you're using a razor sharp razor, if that makes sense. You have to make sure that it's extremely sharp, because if it's blunt, you'll find that you'll be going over the same area over and over and over again. That's just going to irritate the skin even more. Then if you're into things like shaving cream, I recommend you also get some. I know some people have reacted to shaving cream and say no, it's bad, but I feel like it helps because shaving cream kind of softens the area and makes the hairs like weak, so that when you shave, it's like a clean, you know. Personally, I've never used shaving cream. I'm scared because yeah, but I know some people that have used that have said like it's good. And then another thing I can say to prevent it is to moisturize the area the day before you want to shave. That helps because then the skin is prepared for the razor sharp razor, if that makes sense. So that's the few remedies that I use, like to prevent. Obviously you can't prevent them 100%, but yeah. And then how to get, oh, also after you do shave, you need to make sure like you apply baby oil or Vaseline on the area that you just shaved. That kind of moisturizes the area and prevents them from growing as well. Yeah. Do you have a body care routine, like body scrubs, etc? To be honest with you, I don't have a body care routine. The only thing I use for my body when it comes to like bathing or showering is, like I told you guys in my self-care day vlog, I use Dettol, the pink Dettol body wash. It's like good because it has good disinfectant, it smells really pretty, and yeah. But when it comes to things like body scrubs, I'm not one person who invests so much into like body scrubs, face scrubs, because my skin has generally always been okay. It only became problematic last year, but I found a remedy, and of course it's not 100% good. As you guys can see, I still have like a few dark spots because I like scratching my pimples like when they're dry. But I don't really have like a body care routine. Usually what I do, like when I go into the shower or into the tub, because I like using the tub a lot, I actually do 3 scrubs, because I feel that's when I'm extremely clean, like when I do 3 scrubs. So I usually like wet myself, of course, and then I scrub the first time with soap. The soap helps to remove germs, especially soaps like Protex. Guys, do not underestimate the power of Protex soap. Protex helps remove the germs. And then I do the last 2 scrubs with shower gel. And by scrubs, I mean like the number of times you put the soap on the face towel or body scrubber and then like you scrub. Yeah, I do 3 of those. That's when I feel like extremely clean. And then also I do not use soap for down there, because I feel like you guys need to know that that place is extremely sensitive, and do not use soap like over. Just use warm water. Cold water is okay, yeah, but just use warm water to clean thoroughly. You need to make sure like you literally go in and out, because it has to maintain. You guys know that area is extremely sensitive and it does not smell very pleasant. So you need to make sure that you also pay attention, because you don't want walking around with dirty panties. And then another tip, I know nobody asked this, but you guys should invest in panty liners as well. Panty liners are like pads, but things are what you wear like on a daily basis. I can't live without them personally, because most of my underwears are like light colored, if I can say. I like you know, pink lace, white lace, stuff like that. I have a few black ones, but okay, let me not get into too much depth. But if you wear panty liners, they sort of help, because obviously your vajayjay will not stop discharging no matter how clean it is. So when you wear a panty liner, it kind of helps to keep the dirt that is excreted, and then it keeps your underwear clean. That way your undies are going to be clean no matter what. So you guys should really invest in panty liners. Okay, have you tried shaving versus waxing? Have you tried both? What are your thoughts? I think I'm about to bless me. I have never tried to wax. I've been shaving for as long as I can remember, but I do want to try waxing. The people that have asked about waxing say it's more effective because it sort of stops the hair from growing like as fast, because I'm naturally a hairy person, so I find that I'm constantly shaving, you know what I'm saying? But some of my friends that wax say that it's sort of more effective, and I've heard that to be true by a lot of people. So I'm yet to try. I've never tried it before, but I'm yet to try. Also, I'm scared, guys. If you know anybody that has done like laser hair removal, please comment down below, because that's something that I really want to do. So if you know anybody that has done like laser, or you've done it before, comment down below, give me your experiences and where I can get it done, you know, possibly like in Lusaka or something, because girl, it's crazy. Have you had struggles with confidence, specifically to do with your skin color? Yes, I have. You know, at one point, I think I was in like grade 9, I wanted to be light. You know that the colorism exists even in Zambia, and this, I've proved this to be true, because generally light colored girls are always deemed more pretty than dark colored girls. Now, I'm not shaming anybody, I'm not saying anybody's like we're all the same at the end of the day, but what I just mean is that I have experienced confidence issues because of colorism. Yeah, I do have like I've got a lot of friends and family that are like lighter than me, so I would find that I would be beating myself up because like I'm darker than everybody and stuff like that. But then like I told you guys in one of my confidence videos that I posted like a long time ago, yeah, I did say that I learned to accept who I was for what I was, because I really couldn't do anything about it. Like, this skin color is who I am. So if I don't accept it, I'm going to end up living the rest of my life in regret, like God didn't to make me light, you know what I'm saying? But I have experienced confidence issues because of colorism. And you know, at one point I was like, I'm going to bleach my skin, guys. Like, it was bad for me, it was bad, and I don't know if any of you have had it like bad, but for me it was bad. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to embrace this skin color and whatnot. So yeah. Or favored over dark skinned people. Wait, what? Oh yeah, what are your thoughts on colorism and how lighter skinned people are 9 out of 10 treated better? Like, this, with the way I said, colorism does exist, guys. Like, it exists, and it's something that we can't run away from, because most of the time you will find that lightly colored girls or people are treated better or more pretty. But honestly, like, in my opinion, I feel like just because somebody is lighter than you doesn't mean that you should feel bad. And also, if you are lighter than somebody, do not make somebody who's darker than you feel bad, because at the end of the day, we are all struggling with our own personal insecurities. So I feel like colorism will always be there, just like racism will always be there. So you just have to find a way of accepting your skin color for what it is. And I feel that's what has made girls, you know, go into filters. And I'm not going to lie, because sometimes when I feel like I'm looking too dark, I turn to use a filter. And there's no person that can tell that they never used the filter on their pictures before, simply because they don't like how dark they look or how light they look. Because I know some people that feel like they're too light. So in short, colorism does exist, but the better to cope with it is just to accept your skin color for what it is, because we can't do anything about it, you know. I have lost the questions. Now, the next question was, how many strikes do you give a friendship until you should... Oh my gosh. How many strikes should you give a friendship until... How many strikes do you give a friendship until you should really stop trying? Guys, friendship is complicated. I feel like it's one of those things. Hey guys, you know, from a personal experience, I have come to realize that people are different, friends are different, and they will not always behave or act the way you want them to. And I feel like that's kind of where a lot of us conflict with people, because especially in friendships, you as a person would be expecting this person to act a certain way. When they don't, you think they're being a bad friend, you think they're not being there for you. But we need to understand that we can't really change people's behavior. Now, I'm not saying that should be a reason to let things slide when they don't act accordingly. Of course, normal perks in friendships include being there for you, being loyal to you, you know, always telling you the truth, not lying to you, etc. And there are times in friendships when things won't always go the right direction. You know, you will argue, you will go through like a series of arguments in friendships, yeah. But I feel when it comes to how many tries you should give, it depends on the extent of love you've extended to that person. Like, I feel if you really, really love that person and you don't want to lose them, continue trying. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it depends on you. There's no specific amount of time I can say, like, give 3 tries and then you stop, because some people will never change, but you still want them to be in your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you should keep the toxicity around you. It just means you should distance yourself and surround yourself with more positive energy. Like, if you feel like your friend is being toxic to you, there's no reason why you should continue condoning such just because you love them. But that doesn't mean that you should cut them off completely either, if that makes sense. But otherwise, certain situations, it depends, to be honest, because there are certain instances where the toxicity becomes too much and you just have to like cut them off completely and be better off. But this question is a tricky one. But what I'll say is that it just depends on how much love you have for this person. If you feel like you can go on in life without them, you can move on, because at the end of the day, your peace is your priority. But you also need to understand that the way this person acts may be as a result of a past trauma or whatnot. And I know it isn't validation to say, no, because I was abused as a kid, I act like this. It's not, because we're not supposed to, you know, inflict traumatic experience, like PTSD. We're not supposed to inflict the effects of PTSD onto people just because we fail to heal on the inside. But 95% of the time, it happens. And I've experienced it. So you need to make sure that you just find a way of working things out, communicate to that person. And if you feel like you can, you know, navigate through everything, do so. But if you feel like you can't, there's no reason why you should stay, sis. Like, you can always walk away. How do you communicate to the partner that says, I don't want to talk about this right now, whenever you guys have a difficult question? Girl, I love your questions so much. I just can't expose right now, but her questions are bombs. So here's one thing that you guys need to understand. Guys don't open up easy, okay? Especially when it comes to difficult situations. Yeah, they really don't open up easy. And it's not something that you should feel bad about in the early stages of a relationship. That's what I'm going to say. If you guys have been dating for a substantially long amount of time, and like I said earlier, and he's not opening up to you, it means he's opening up to somebody else. And if you guys have a difficult situation, let's say like a fight, an argument that has been like going on for a long time, and you guys don't talk about it and you guys don't resolve issues, you know that when issues build up, it just causes havoc. And I know it can be really disturbing for you, like as a person. It can be very disrupting to your peace, especially. So what I can say is that if he doesn't want to talk to you about it there and then, be patient and give it some time, because no matter what, like, guys, that's just how they're wired. They do not open up easy, and sometimes they find it hard to open up about certain things, especially like fights, arguments. Most guys do not open up quick, like they don't, and it's completely normal. And we have to understand that as girls, because I feel like sometimes as girls we tend to apply too much pressure, you know, when something happens, no, tell me, that just not only does it make them upset, it agitates them, and then they keep the feelings like deeper in. So what I can say is, first, be patient. Like, if a difficult conversation is like on the table and doesn't want to say anything, at first, like, be patient. But then if you're patient for 2-3 weeks and you haven't talked about the issue yet, that's when you can get up and say, you know what, if we don't talk about this, I think we won't be able to move on, because you can't keep pushing things under the rug, because until issues are talked about, you will still have recurring arguments until you guys completely say everything you want to say and decide to move on. So you need to communicate and just ask, like, we're not going to talk about this, you know, like, don't be pushy, be patient, but still let him know that he can talk to you, you know, make him feel comfortable. And then if he doesn't still, then you know that there's definitely a problem. How to still be fashionable when school gets crazy, e.g. planning outfits in advance. Girl, it's hard. It's hard AF. But let me tell you guys what I do when I'm at school. So personally, I have invested in a lot of graphic tees, like a lot of graphic tees and jeans. I'm saying this because jeans and graphic tees for me are my go-to whenever I'm going to class. And if you know me, or if we're in the same class, you will know that I'm always wearing jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt. If not a t-shirt, then I'm wearing a jumper. And I feel, especially like at university or at school, it's very easy to look good on a budget. It's just like we want to be extravagant. There's no need to be like, so this phone keeps going on. There's no need to be so extravagant when going to class, because I feel like the harder you try, the better you will look. I don't know if that makes sense. So what I do personally is I have so many graphic tees, and I've got so many, I think I've got over 50 if not 100 pairs of jeans. I know that sounds crazy, but I like jeans and t-shirts. So you find that I will literally wear the same clothes in different ways. And that's another question, we'll get back into that, but like for class specifically, just find a certain style that suits you. I have a friend that has invested in so many white shirts, like literally just white plain t-shirts, and then she changes the bottoms. So she's always wearing a white shirt but then changes the bottoms, and then you just have to find like a smart way of doing it. But for me, like I've said, I've invested in a lot of graphic tees and jeans because that I wear in class on a daily basis. If it's cold outside, I throw on a jumper. That's how. And you know, it's easy to look good because as long as graphic tees look super cool, and so do like be ripped jeans, boyfriend jeans, anything, and then sneakers, not even Converse, just, you know, cute but simple outfits. And don't be afraid to repeat clothes, because none of us have never repeated an outfit. So yeah. And then and planning outfits in advance. What I usually do is the night before class, I think about what I'm going to wear the next day. It helps to prepare the night before when you're packing your books. It helps to plan out, like it helps to be organized, because like I said, when you are organized, life is 10 times easier. So like plan everything the night before. Remove your jeans, remove your t-shirt, whatever bra you want to wear, undies and everything, sneakers, socks, shoes, whatever hairstyle you're going to do. If you've got braids, they're going to a ponytail, whatnot, prepare the night before, because it's extremely important to look good. Extremely. How to keep up with fashion that suits you while still being able to save money. I was waiting for this question. Okay, so let me give you guys three tips when it comes to looking nice on a budget, being a baddie on a budget. So the first thing you need to do is you need to diversify your options. I know a lot of people would prefer to shop on Instagram, like, you know, where you scroll on Instagram and then you say, okay, this looks cute, let me go to this online store. Online stores will forever be scams to me. And I'm saying this because the problem with online stores is you don't really see the product until it reaches you. You just see like a picture, and then when it comes and then you're like, this is not what I asked for, you know what I'm saying? So you need to diversify your options. If you're into online shopping, like some people that I know, I encourage you to go into the field, because you will not find affordable clothes online, guys. You will not. Why? Because you have to pay for shipping if it's coming from outside the country, or you have to pay for delivery if it's coming from within. Okay, so hey guys, so don't mind the lighting. I'm like editing on my way to bed, like I'm about to sleep. So when I was talking about like the whole online shopping thing, I wasn't trying to like trash talk anybody that like does online business and whatever, because I feel like all of us have got our preferences. Some people like online shopping, some people prefer to shop from like, you know, actual stores where you have to actually walk there, like me. So it was just me trying to give you guys like what I prefer to do as compared to like scrolling on Instagram or buying clothes like from these online stores that are like known, you know, like Misguided, Shein and stuff like that. I wasn't saying the clothes are bad. I was just saying I feel, because of the question that was asked, you would save more money if you bought clothes in person as compared to buying clothes online. That's what I meant. I do still buy clothes online. I do still buy clothes from Instagram. I do still order clothes from outside the country. But when it comes to saving money, like the question that was asked, yeah, you need to like consider buying clothes in person from in-person stores more than online stores. That's what I meant. So don't get it twisted, guys. I wasn't trying to like trash talk any online business. Before you come at me in the comments, I was trying to clarify that. So yeah, in the country. And to be honest with you, I would rather use that 45 kwacha for delivery to get on a taxi for 20 kwacha. Okay, there's no taxi for 20 kwacha, for 40 kwacha, and actually be able to see everything in that particular mall or place, rather than, you know, paying a delivery fee. So that's one, diversify your options. Don't limit yourself to just buying from Instagram. 2, you need to get into the field, because you will not find as many clothes as you want on the phone. Quite alright, there are so many sites, there are so many places to get clothes, but you won't actually find affordable clothing unless you go into the field. Specific fields I go to when I'm looking for clothes are the mall, specifically Manda Hill, Levy, and Northmead, also Kamwala. These 3 places are lifesavers, guys. Just wake up on Saturday morning and go to Northmead. Obviously, it depends on the location, like, or if you're in Kitwe. Okay, I don't buy clothes from Kitwe unless I see something, because Kitwe Monday, there are no clothes inside. But when I'm in Lusaka, you need, like, just say, okay, today Saturday I'm going to Northmead. I even have a vlog about it, like spending a weekend with me, and then I'm going to put the card up here. I'll be putting the cards for all the videos I mentioned, so you guys can click on them after this one. But yeah, so you just go to Northmead, and then you literally go to every store. You know, to find clothes, guys, you need to be patient. You need to see what is there. You need to compare prices, you know. And then the third thing I'm going to tell you is that, what was the thing I wanted to tell you? Oh yeah, you need to make sure you're not embarrassed of wearing second-hand clothing. Let me break down my fashion sense, okay? So as you guys can see by my Instagram, I love clothes a lot, and I'm constantly taking pictures and stuff like that. But if you pay attention to the outfits, you will find that there are a lot of pieces of clothing that I have recycled. I'm not feeling one, because this is an exclusive girl talk. I need to tell you that it is okay to repeat clothes. So many people feel embarrassed to repeat clothes, like, no, but I wore the are you the president? You know, like, it's okay to repeat clothes. You just have to be smart about it. Let me give you this outfit, for example. This is my outfit that I wore for Jessica's birthday party, yeah? So if you guys have noticed, the vest that is inside, I have worn it in a lot of my pictures. And it just looks different because of the way I wear it. So certain clothes, like tank tops, body tops, crop tops, turtlenecks, invest in clothes like these. And the best place to find such, like the one I'm wearing, the best place to find such tops at affordable prices is Northmead and the Fix, because I get most of my clothes from the Fix. But even in Northmead, there are some pretty good places. When you invest in such clothes, black, white, and neutral colors, you're able to wear them with literally anything, because I can get this top, throw on a blazer and wear it out like to dinner, and then I can get the same top, put on a puffer jacket, and then wear it like to a chill. It will look different, but it's the exact same top. So you have to be smart about how you piece things together. Take, for example, this white top inside this shirt, inside this, on this outfit. Guys, when I tell that I'm always wearing this top, and I can't remember the last time, I think not even a week passes without me wearing it. It just depends on how, and let me try to invest in clothes that when you rewear won't look so much alike. You get what I'm saying? They're supposed to be able to like piece things in a certain way that, you know, is okay. But it's okay to repeat clothes. Just be smart about it. Be smart about it. And I know certain times you find like, no, but if I had the money, I would actually afford my true fashion sense. Your true fashion sense can be brought out with minimum 500 kwacha. I know like clothes are expensive, and that's something that I'm not going to lie about, but there are cheaper ways of looking good as compared to constantly buying new stuff. Okay, that I shouldn't even take it because I'm always buying clothes, but that's just some tips I can give you about, you know. And then if you want to save money and buy at the same time, you need to do a lot of sacrifice in terms of, if you're a uni student like me who likes clothes, there are literally months when I go 2 weeks without eating proper food because I went to the Fix. So it just depends on what you prioritize, honestly. I prioritize looking nice, but I also prioritize eating. So there are certain months when I say, okay, this month I'm not going to buy clothes, I'm going to buy food, like takeout, as in I'll be ordering Rocco Mamas every day. And then there are months when I say, no, you're cooking the whole month, this month you're going to buy clothes. So you have to be able to budget. Budgeting is extremely important because when you budget, you know how you're going to spend your money. It helps a lot. And once you do that, my G, sacrifice something. Sacrifice going out and buy clothes. You can't have everything. You can't have a month where you have everything. So yeah. Do long distance relationships work when you're both at different universities? Yes, they do. 100%. Both of you just have to be able, like, both of you just have to be able to, like, work it out. I feel like if you both want something, it works. At the end of the day, a relationship is a two-way thing, and something that you guys have to understand. So most of the time, girls will be like, no, I can change him. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? You can't make somebody do what they don't want to do. So when it comes to long distance, if you both want it to work, it to work. And if it doesn't want to work, if you're putting in the work, it means he wasn't putting in as much work as you were, and it's a sign to, oh, just walk away. Oh, just walk away. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. How do you mentally prepare for school? Accept that you're going to school. That's the only way you accept it. You have to accept that you're going to school next week the way I'm going to school next week. You have to accept it, because at the end of the day, if you don't accept something, you'll forever be in denial. Just accept what it is. Just be like, it is what it is, and move on. You know, if you're constantly trying to change the life around you, it will never change. The only life you can change is yours and the way you perceive everything else around you. That's the only thing that you can change. So once you don't accept that that's how life is, or this is school, or school's going to be hard, if you fail to accept these things, you will find yourself stuck in the same bubble forever, you know. How to know if your friends are toxic? Okay, girl, let me help you out. There are certain factors that you can obviously use and say, okay, this person is toxic and whatever. So factor number one, this person is not happy for you when you achieve something that means a lot to you. You know, I don't understand why you would have people around that are not happy for you when you succeed. Like, it's crazy. You know, it's not hard. It doesn't even take much of your time to clap for somebody when they, you know, like, it's so saddening when I see people that claim to have friends, and the same friends, you know, when they achieve something or they want to start their business, are nowhere near to support. And I feel like that's like crazy. That's number one, you know, like, evidence that the friendship that you guys have is toxic. Because if this person is never happy for you but always constantly wants you to be happy for them, it means there's a problem. It means like there's a huge problem and you need to address it. Otherwise, it's going to continue in that toxic cycle forever. Oh, I feel like I'm in a disco. That's cool. Let me just adjust the speed of these lights before they jam your eyes. Second thing I will say is, if you guys don't don't bring out matters to the table. You know, most of the time in a friendship or a relationship, if it's always peaceful, like there are no problems, there's a problem. And I'm not saying it's good to have arguments, but healthy situations do stem from having disagreements, because then you're able to see, you know, both sides of the story. If you guys don't talk about difficult things, in as much as it sounds crazy, that's a sign of toxicity, because you don't know where those problems are being taken. Like I mentioned earlier about the whole boyfriend thing about where he's not telling you, he's telling another girl, because it's completely true. There's so many other factors that can make you know that a friendship is toxic. But how to deal with them, openly address the situation. Obviously, don't go and say you're toxic, like, to the person, but just be like, you know, I feel like our friendship has become toxic, and then, like, find ways, you know, find evasive ways of bringing out the issue and talking about it, because you can't hide, like, you can't hide toxicity, because at one point it's going to show. So you need to address it, and then you need to decide on whether to move on, like, forward with the friendship, or to call it quits. Especially on your ends, if it's more draining for you, you need to be able to set boundaries and say, okay, look, we can be friends, but I don't like you doing this A, B, C, and D. And if they also ask you for certain things, do it. Reciprocate everything that you ask for, because at the end of the day, we receive what we're able to give off, you know. So I think that's like one of the ways you can deal with toxic friends. Yeah. Okay, this one was pretty long. You have been in a relationship for close to 2 years. Everything was okay the past years, calls, video calls and all that, but the next month you just text, no calls, no video calls. It's a long distance and you've only met once. And is it toxic, and should you break up due to lack of communication? Or very good question, sis. It can be very hard, especially if you guys don't talk on a daily and you're in two completely different places. It can be very hard, because then you don't know what exactly is like going down with that person, like who they are seeing, who they're talking to, who they're spending their time with. That's why communication is important. You guys should be able to know where the relationship stands, regardless of how many months or years you guys have been together. Because if you're able to establish and say, okay, right now it's shaky, so let's fix it, you will fix it. But if you don't want to talk about the issue and just keep on brushing it under the rug, meanwhile you know that there's a problem, it means that it's just going to keep on within the same cycle. So you shouldn't break up due to lack of communication. Break up if you fail to work after communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you bring up the issue and talk about it, but then still can't come to a consensus after, you know, trying multiple times, maybe it's a sign that just have to like move on. But I don't condone or support the walk away immediately, because in as much as, especially us girls, we'd be like, I deserve better, I deserve what? It's hard to just stand up and leave because of every good thing that you guys have had together. So you need to be emotionally and mentally prepared if you want to. You have to be strong, because relationships ain't easy. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that was all the girl talk questions that I had from you guys today. I hope I managed to answer all of them. Depending on how I'm going to edit the video, I may split this into like 2 separate videos. Okay, so it's editing me again. So what I did was I actually did split the video into 2 parts, like I showed you guys on my Instagram, because there were so many questions and I've only managed to answer, I think, 10 or 15 or so, but there were like so many more questions which are going to be answered in my next video next week. I filmed the video on the exact same day, just that I'm going to split them into 2 parts. So in case it looks like I'm wearing the same clothes, yes, because it's the exact same video, that's split it into 2, because I didn't want to make the video like too long. It's currently already 42 minutes and I need to sleep. So that was part 1. I'm going to do the outro, of course, but then if your questions were not answered, don't worry, it's not that I neglected them. I'm going to answer them in next week's video, or rather next week's video has got the rest of the unanswered questions. So yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys learned a lot, and thank you so much for your submissions. I always love doing Q&As up with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and come back next week for another banger. Just a reminder, I have left all the video links to all the videos that I have mentioned in the description box down below, and I was putting cards over here as well. Otherwise, that's basically like it. And yeah, so see you guys next week in my next video.